Hello, today I'm presenting about private placement due diligence, term sheet and regulation. Due diligence um, can be defined as an act of audit or act of investment which is conducted in order to analyze potential investment or project. Due diligence is implemented by sellers on buyers in order to investigate the elements related to buying ability of the buyers. Due diligence it was initially implemented in United States when Security Act of 1933 was passed. There are different steps which are required to be followed in order to implement due diligence process. The first type of due diligence process is to analyze the capitalization value of the organization and market. The second step is related to investigation of different profit margin ratio. It's like revenue earning, profit earning, and margin trends of organization. The third step is related to investigation of different competitors with organization and the investigation of industry performance with organization. The fourth step is associated with the violation multiple, which is related to calculation of price earning ratio. The fifth step is related to investigation of top level management and share ownership in organization. The sixth step of due diligence is related to investigation of statement of financial position of the organization. The seventh step is related to investigation of historical performance of stock price of the organization. The eighth step is related to investigation of stock option available with organization and dilution possibilities. The second last step is related to investigation of expected performance of the organization in future, while the last step is related to risk associated investigation of investment. Private placement memorandum is considered to be a legal document which is presented by the organization to its potential and prospective investors in order to sell the shares or securities of the company in order to raise capital from the company for the company. Private placement memorandum is also known as offering memorandum or offering document, as it offers share or document are required to be attached with the private placement memorandum in order to present the prospective investors, which include financial statement of the company, biographies of the top level management, and detailed financial as well as non-financial information of business operations. One of the basic objectives of presenting private placement memorandum to selected prospective investors is to raise the capital for company. Private placement memorandum is issued for private placements. They are not issued for public investment purposes. Private placement memorandum also contain subscription agreement, which is later on used in order to formulate the legal contract between the involved parties in private placement memorandum. Private placement offering is significantly important for small businesses as it helps to raise capital for small businesses with fewer amounts of expenses. Private placement offering is best suitable for startup firms and in order to raise capital for risk associated ventures. One of the most significant advantage of private placement offering is different specific investors can be selected as per the requirement of the organization. And other significant advantage of private placement offering is the organization can help form from the experience with selected investors related to business. Term sheets and regulation. A term sheet is summarized bullet point document which contains the basic terms and conditions related to any specific business agreement or contract. It is not mandatory that the terms and conditions mentioned in term sheet should be implemented by the parties involved in agreement. Term sheet provides terms and conditions which are used to formulate the final terms of agreement. One of the most significant advantage of term sheet is that it helps to reduce the premature expenses which are related to formulation of business contracts or agreement. Term sheet is mostly used by transactions which are related to merge the and accusation in order to provide the interested and involved parties with basic and significant information for the transaction. That's the end of the presentation. Thank you.